Hello and welcome to this lockdown session. My name is Emma Rawicz and today my quartet and I will be teaming up with Jazznewblood to put on a live stream gig in order to help fundraise for Help Musicians UK. The lockdown period due to the COVID-19 crisis has affected all of us in many different ways. But in particular, my quartet and I can understand that as young musicians, either going off to college soon or at music college right now, there have been many difficulties for us. The closure of live music venues across the country has really impacted our industry, and particularly it has impacted young musicians financially, as the income that we would have received from live performances is now no longer available to us. So please do, if you are in a position to donate, head over to the GoFundMe by Jazznewblood for Help Musicians UK. I would just like to take this opportunity to thank Jazznewblood right now for doing such a good thing in organising these live stream gigs and for asking my quartet and I to get involved. We really appreciate it, and the videos have been really fun to make. I'd also like to thank my amazing quartet, Scotty Thompson on piano, Finn Janocki on drums and Luis Quintero on bass. We will be performing a half-hour set of my original tunes and we hope you enjoy. The tune you just heard was called Skylight, and it was an original of mine, and it also happens to be one of the last tunes my quartet and I were able to play together before the lockdown period. The lockdown period for us has been really strange to navigate, as obviously we really miss playing with other musicians. For me, having a love for jazz and music in general has really helped in this period, as I've been able to spend plenty of time playing, practicing, listening to music, and composing, which brings me on to the next tune, Finally, an original of mine that I wrote during the lockdown period, which means that my band and I have never played it together live, which was a fun experiment. We hope you enjoy. tune you just heard was called Finally, an original of mine I wrote during the lockdown period. I'd like to say thank you again to Jazznewblood for organising these lockdown sessions to help fundraise for Help Musicians UK. So please, if you're in a position to donate, do head over to Jazznewblood's GoFundMe for Help Musicians UK. I know young musicians like my quartet and myself would greatly appreciate the help. The next tune that you're going to hear is called Chasm, and I also wrote it during the lockdown period. So it was yet another completely remotely recorded and played tune. I also want to thank my quartet again. That's Scotty Thompson on piano, Luis Quintero on bass, and Finn Janocki on drums. You can find them all on Instagram and myself included. So please, if you like what you hear, then do give us a follow and follow what we're doing. We hope you enjoy the next tune, Chasm. The tune you just heard was called Chasm, an original of mine that I wrote during lockdown. On to something slightly different. Lockdown has encouraged me to explore new ways of creating music and composing. So I've recently been exploring solo composition. So the final tune of this lockdown session is a composition of mine called Shruti, for soprano sax and Shruti box drone, recorded from just outside my house. I hope it helps to keep you zen during the lockdown period. It was fun to make. Finally, a big thank you to my quartet, who've played so amazingly. Scotty Thompson on piano, Luis Quintero on bass, and Finn Ginocchi on drums. And also a huge thanks to Jazznewblood for organising these lockdown sessions in order to help fundraise for Help Musicians UK. Please do, if you're in a position to donate, head over to Jazznewblood's GoFundMe for Help Musicians UK. Thank you so much. We hope you enjoy the final tune.